but you're still standing. You lost your job, but you're still standing. You lost your house, and the people see, but they don't understand how you're still standing. Well, is there anybody in this house who can help me with this by testifying? I've been through more than what I look like, but I'm still standing. And the good news is I'm not standing here by myself. It's the Lord who's been keeping me down through the years. Can I tell you, He's keeping me right now. Tonight, I thank God for the psalmist. Here's what he said. He said, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, can I get somebody to be truthful with me tonight? I wouldn't have made it. Come on, somebody. I wouldn't be here tonight. You wouldn't be here tonight. If God hasn't picked you up, turned you around, you wouldn't be here tonight. And the good news is, after all that you've been through, you still got joy. You're still standing. Somebody say, yeah. Okay. I'll text. It's a song of accents. It was written when people would go up to the temple to worship God. All right. But it gives us encouragement tonight, my sisters and my brothers, that we don't have to wait to get to church to worship. You see, we really should worship on our way to church. Oh, come on, somebody. So you don't have to wait for the praise team. All you need to have is your memory. Because if you have a memory, then when you show up at church, nobody has to preach, pray, or sing you happy. When is there anybody here tonight, that you know that if it had not been for the Lord, you wouldn't be here. And when you left home and got here, you realized you had something to praise God for. Do I have a witness here? Yeah, baby, if I'm talking to you tonight, you know what? You ought to just throw your hands in the air, wave them just like you just don't care. Do I have a witness here? So when we get ourselves to the point of understanding what David is saying, then we would get on our own self, and we get our own selves excited about worship. I heard someone stand here tonight and use the word fan. You do know what a sports fan is, don't you? Well, let me explain it to you. See, we've got some Dallas Cowboy fans in here. I figured that would get somebody on board. But watch this now. When they get ready for them to play the game, see, a real fan will show up early. Tailgate in the parking lot. And as time approaches for the game to start, the closer the time gets, the more excited they get about the game. Do I have a witness here? Well, I wonder how many fans of Jesus we have in here. All I'm trying to say is, you don't have to wait till Sunday morning. You don't have to wait to get to church for somebody to excite you to worship. If you are a fan of Jesus Christ, if you look back over your life, if you look back over last week, if you look back over yesterday and see how God been to you, you can truly have church. Yeah, you can have church. You can have church if you can have it all by yourself. David says, if it had not been the Lord who was on. He says it in verse 1. He says, now, there are some things we can do on our own. But there are other things that the Lord has to do for us. Do I have a witness here? And the first thing that this text tells us tonight is that the Lord has blocked some stuff in your life. What forgiven. God, your best. When men rose up against you, God blocked some stuff in your life. I come to tell somebody tonight that when the enemy is at his best, you better shout for joy because God is at his best. Whoever witness here, I get ready to leave y'all. When men rose up against us, here's what David said in Psalm 27. He said, listen, he says, when the wicked came up against me to eat up my flesh, my enemies and my foes, he said, they stumbled and fell. You know what he was saying? He was saying, God is at his best. But when men rose up against us, Isaiah 54:7 said, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. You know what he's saying? He's saying, God is at his best. Can I tell you that God has blocked some stuff in your life, kept you when you couldn't keep yourself? And I know God allows us to go through some stuff. The fact is, there's somebody who's going through something right now. But let me encourage all of God's people tonight by telling you, no matter what, I don't care about your bills, I don't care about your circumstance, no matter what you're going through, don't you lose your worship. You see, the devil knows that when you allow him to steal your worship, you can't win. But on the other hand, he knows that when you know how to worship, you know how to praise, when you know how to shout in the midst of your stuff, you already have the victory. I wish I had about 5 folk who know that they are victorious tonight. Is there anybody in here who will declare, I worship him, I praise him, I shout glory to him in the midst of my mess? I don't care what I'm going through, because when praises go up, blessings come down. God has blocked some stuff in your life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not only has he blocked some stuff.
Yes, sir.
Look at the text of verse 6. Verse 6 says, bless
All right.
be the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Bless be the Lord. Here's what he said. Because not only has God blocked some stuff in your life, but God has also blessed some stuff in your life. Do I have a witness here? And the reason we encourage you to bless God, the word bless means is from the Hebrew word barak, which means to kneel. And we really don't have a problem bowing down and worshiping our God because God has blessed some stuff in your life. Somebody in here can testify that when you called on God, God showed up. Somebody can testify tonight that he's an on-time God. Isn't that right? Then we shouldn't have a problem kneeling in worship to our God. But can I tell you why? We should bow down. Watch this, because bowing down is expressing to God that God, what I need is in your hand. Okay, let me say it another way. Bowing down is expressing to him, God, in your hand is what I need. Do I have a witness here? But the problem with some of God's people is that we done found love in all the wrong places. When what we need is really in God's hand. Do I have a witness here? Let me remind you tonight, my sisters and my brothers, God has blessed our past. Do you hear what I said? He blessed us in the midst of our mess. Don't act like you don't have a past. I know we're at Emmanuel. I know we're in revival. I know we're blessing the Lord for all of his goodness. It's almost confusing because we have two extremes. Here's what I mean. There's one group that says name it and claim it, nab it and grab it.